that your refusal to allow God to deal with your insecurities, your trauma, your hurt, and your pain is keeping you from fulfilling your destiny. This is one of the things God had to really show me, that when He would tell me to do something, or He gave me the green light to do something, or release me to do something, and I would start, and then the feeling of these insecurities started to rise. I would get scared, I would get nervous, I would compare myself, I would feel inadequate. And instead of turning to Him and saying, God, deal with this, I turned the other way and I ran. And I would not allow Him to heal me, to deliver me from these feelings and these thoughts and these things. And He had to show me, Lachey, because you were so married to these feelings, because you were so felt entitled to harbor this because of what you went through and what you dealt with, it kept you from fulfilling purpose. It kept you from walking in your destiny. And during this season, God literally had to sit me down, literally break me down to deal with these things, because He wasn't willing to allow me to keep going down this road of not fulfilling purpose and not walking in my destiny because of me. And so I'm telling you, when you feel inadequate, when you feel like you're not good enough, when you feel like somebody else can do it better, or you compare yourself, when those feelings come up, take it to God. Allow God to deal with it. I literally had to say one day, I was crying because I was thinking all these things, and all of this things flooded in, and I had to say, God, this makes me feel this way, but I don't want to run from it. I want you to help me through this, help me process this, help me deal with this. And He got to the root of it. And in seasons previous, I would literally get to that place and it started hurting and the feelings started to come up, and I would run. Running in the sense of getting around my friends, running in the sense of doing things, running in the sense of I would pray but not enough to God to deal with it. I would worship but not enough for Him to break it. And in this season, He literally put me in a space where I had to sit. It was nowhere for me to run. It was no one for me to go to. It was nothing for me to do. I mean, He went as far as breaking my car down so I couldn't ride or try to get away. It was that serious for Him. So I am telling you, if you have these feelings and you feel like this, sit before God. Allow God to deal with it. Allow God to heal you. Allow God to get to the root. Allow God to bring up why you feel like this, so that you can fulfill your purpose and you can walk into your destiny and you can obtain and have and possess everything God wants you to have. Don't be like me. And it takes multiple seasons, because He had to show me that this wasn't the first season or the first time He tried to do this. But I was stubborn. I refused to let it go. And when He finally showed it to me, and I finally got it, and I finally received it, and I finally stepped in it, and I allowed God to heal me, and I allowed God to open the wound and dig it out. If you ever have had a burn, a very severe burn, or you've heard about third-degree burns, one of the hardest things that patient has to go through is called the debris. I'm sorry, I might not have that word right, but they basically go in, they scrape all of the skin off, they scrape all of the debris off. If you ever had road rash, they have to scrape it, they have to clean it so that it heals properly. And that's what God had to do to me. He had to open the wound and clean it out and get to the root of the thing, because sometimes the way that we act and the things that we do are the fruit, not and we deal with that and not going to the root of it. And so He had to deal with the root, which was things from my past, traumas that I've been through, people that I have hurt me. I had to get to the root of that thing, but it required me to actually give it to Him and allow Him to do the work that He needed to do. So today I say, allow God to do the work in you so that you can fulfill your purpose, that you can walk in your destiny, that you can do and be everything that God wants you to be and what He wants you to do. So let me know in the comments, what is the thing that you are holding on to that today you're going to release to God.